finals appearance, their first though since 2011, after missing out on the past 5 editions. But they're playing catch-up after blowing a 3-1 lead against South Africa here on Monday night, losing 4-3 as they suffered their first ever opening game defeat. So a lot at stake this evening at the Stade Labizali in Casablanca, Morocco's largest city. Burkina Faso looking to rubber stamp their place in the quarterfinals. Egypt hoping to stay alive in the race for a place in the knockout phase. I'll be back with you momentarily.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
If you're just joining us, the stage is set for what promises to be a real cracker this evening in Casablanca as Egypt take on Burkina Faso. Match day 2 in Group B of the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Burkina Faso were 2-1 winners over Cameroon in their opening game thanks to a first half double from the 15-year-old Lukman Tapsoba. Egypt, they were on the wrong side of a 7-goal thriller, going down at 4-3 against South Africa in their opening game of the tournament. And they know that another defeat tonight at the Stade Labizali would spell the end of the road, at least in terms of their quarter-final prospects. With 10 of the 16 teams taking part in this tournament in Morocco, they would still have the potential of scooping a consolation prize by way of a place at the Under-17 FIFA World Cup finals later on this year in Qatar. First though, time for the national anthems.
The national anthem of Burkina Faso. والآن مع النشيد الوطني لبوركينا فاسو.
The young stallions of Burkina Faso taking on Egypt's young pharaohs. The second round of games in Group B. And after 34 goals in the first 8 games of this tournament, we had our first draw, a goalless one to boot earlier on this afternoon between Cameroon and South Africa. Let's have a look at the lineup for Egypt. They've made a couple of changes, one enforced in goal, with Yassine Hatem coming in for the suspended Omar Abdelaziz. The other change at left back with Hatem Mohamed coming in for Mohamed El Shami. Anas Roshdi with a couple of goals in that opening defeat by South Africa. The second, a spectacular overhead, and Hamza Abdel Karim also on target in that defeat 3 days ago. Bilal Atia was the top scorer in qualifying for Egypt with 5 goals. He wears the captain's armband for Abed El Kass's side. Egypt looking to put behind the pain of Monday's defeat, in which they led 3-1 despite conceding inside the opening minutes. Scored 3 times in the space of 18 minutes in that first half, which witnessed 6 goals, but a couple of penalties enabled South Africa to get level by half-time. And then Emil Witbooi, the highly rated South African teenager, got the winner in the second half, condemning Egypt to defeat. South Africa are currently top of the section with 4 points after a share of the spoils earlier on here between them and Cameroon. Fadil Barrow, the Burkina Faso skipper, today's referee Brighton Chimene of Zimbabwe. Just a reminder that VAR will be in use throughout the tournament. He's summoned a number of times to look at the touch side monitor. The referee in Monday's game between South Africa and Egypt, and an unchanged lineup, unsurprisingly, for Burkina Faso and their coach Oscar Barrow. Lukman Tapsoba, number 19, both goals in the first half, that 2-1 win over Cameroon. The second, a spectacular finish from well inside his own half. He was also Burkina Faso's top scorer in qualifying with 5 goals, 2 in the semi-finals and 2 in the final as well, enabling Burkina Faso to punch their tickets to this competition. Kick off just moments away in at Casablanca. And Tapsoba on to watch, no doubt, once again. Burkina Faso in the all-green strips of the red trim will be kicking off, attacking from left to right. Where we go at the Stade Labizali, Burkina Faso chasing a second win in as many attempts as they look to lock up a place in the quarter-finals. Only twice before have they failed to make it through to the knockout rounds of this age-level competition. Targeting another deep run in Morocco after finishing third a couple of years ago in Algeria. Beaten in the semi-finals back then by the eventual champions Senegal on penalties. Egypt got off to a disastrous start on Monday, conceding with just over 50 seconds on the clock. And here come Burkina Faso early on. That's just about getting to its intended target, and the first shot of the day It's from Yusuf Junior Barra. Ahmed El Kass, former Egypt international, played at the 1990 FIFA World Cup in Italy for the Pharaohs. Also turned out for his country at 3 Africa Cup of Nations in 1992, 1994 and 1996. That's it, headed down, and this is Roshdi. It was a real handful on Monday and nearly making the early breakthrough here. It's a fine save from Prince Ouedraogo. Tipping it over to deny Roshdi what would have been his 3rd goal already of this competition. Shifted inside and was looking to pick out the top corner at the near post. And it's going to be another corner here for Egypt. Oscar Barrow, the man in charge of this young Burkina Faso side. Worked as a teacher once upon a time before fully dedicating himself to football. Here comes the corner. It's headed straight up. Keeper gets a fist to it, and this is Barra looking to lead the counter. It's good tracking back though by Al Najawi. Barra somehow holds on to possession. To a dance inside, and goes to ground as Alassane Bakayoko, but very happy there was no foul. Void back in the opposite direction by Barrow. Long powerful ball forward that will skip through to Hatton, but Frey just going over to check one of the Egyptian players. It's Ibrahim Al Najawi. There's some discomfort here. Down, holding his right leg as the training staff is out to check on Al Najawi. Gets the thumbs up, but by the looks of things, so no need for an early change. That's Roshdi trying to give Egypt a 2nd-minute lead, so couldn't beat Ouedraogo though, the Burkina Faso goal. Hamza El Degri was his poor header back to Omar Abdelaziz that resulted in the Egypt goalkeeper getting sent off right at the end of Monday's loss to South Africa. In a game in which Mohamed Bandari, the other centre-back, actually finished with the gloves on, played the final few seconds. Egypt hoping to learn from those harsh lessons and dealt their way in their opening game. Gave away 2 penalties after taking a 3-1 lead. Worked out to Al Najawi. Good to see him quickly back up, and looks to be just fine. El Degri, Dari, Hamed, it's the feet of Roshdi. He's bundled over. Be a free kick for Egypt. captain Bilal Atia. So it's towards the Burkina Faso goal. It's going to drop here, and that's a terrific block. Can Burkina Faso counter? Bagayogo striding forwards, pass it's the wrong side of Jabi Latif though. Let's have another look at this block. It was straight off the thigh of Barrow. There was at least one appeal for a handball, but looking at the replay, certainly nothing wrong with the block. Now, Abdul Mumin, the throw into the area, it's headed away and then flicked on by Atia. Mumin climbing above his man, and it's just rather softly clipped into the 6-yard box, but scooped up by Hatton. Bagayogo goes down and wins the free kick. Sure, there was a great deal of contact. The leg was outstretched from Adam Farid, and just invited Bagayogo to go down after he let the ball get away from him. It's going to be Bagayogo to swing it in by the looks of it. Barrow, the captain, up for this one too, and it's claimed well by Hatton. Referee having a quick word with the Burkina Faso skipper Barrow after he got in the way of the Egypt keeper. Both these teams will be back in action again on Sunday. Burkina Faso will stay here to take on South Africa in their final group game. And Egypt will go up against Cameroon. The game will be played in Mohammedia. One in this section at not to be staged here at the Stade Labis Alliance, because both matchday 3 fixtures will be kicking off at the same time. Well, after a real goal glut to start things off, the first draw earlier on today between South Africa and Cameroon, as it finished goalless here. Our leading scorer in the competition so far is Alinho Haidara of Ivory Coast. Got 4 of his team's 6th in their 6-1 demolition of newcomers Central African Republic. Ivory Coast top of Group D after that lopsided victory on Tuesday. Forward by Atia, but it's hooked away by Koulibaly. And forward again, header from Aldegui. Atia. Mohamed just to chip it forwards. It's going to be a throw-in for Egypt, just aside opposing territory. Egypt won this competition on their debut in 1997. Another 2 appearances for this one in 2003 and 2011. Never failed to win either of their first 2 group games. Their previous 3 participations. I'll be hoping that trend continues Casablanca today. Desperately in need of all 3 points, really. In the throw-in. This is Fofana. And free. Touch belatedly, blowing for a free kick. Handball by Adam Mohamed. Just down the vanishing spray. Will march the Egyptian wall back required distance. Jabi Latif, who's going to take this free kick. The near post from Latif, it's headed away, but it's thumped back towards goal from the edge of the area. Mohamed Sacco trying his luck. Burkina Faso's record in second group games reads 5 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat from their 7 trips to this tournament. Against Cameroon, though, had a lot less of the possession, managing just over 30%, completing barely 100 passes, but real touch of brilliance from Lukman Tapsoba helped them claim all 3 points. Coach Oscar Barrow admitted it was hugely important to get off to a good start. And, that was certainly the case. This is Mohamed's in play, but rather crowded out by the number of Burkina Faso players in close quarters. It's made no secret of their objective either, Oscar Barrow. This is Roshdi, just slipped as he went to cross it in. Said the goal this time is to do better than they did in the last edition in Algeria, and to take the trophy back home. But yeah, Kamal, keeper, gets there just ahead of, I think it was Al Najawi. He was a little slow in getting up, but does eventually get back to his feet. So big ambitions, big dreams for this Burkina Faso side. first attempt at a cross-in from Atia that did ricochet off the body of the defender and onto the forearm, which looked to be quite close to his body. Video assistant referee just in the ear of the man in the middle here, deciding whether this is worth a second look. So we'll just get on with things. No need for the referee to look at it a second time. Two video assistant referees happy that the initial decision was that should stand. I should really say the initial non-decision, as referee didn't see anything worthy of a penalty. That's a good layoff. This is Barra on the spin. Barra still going. It's against laying it off to Latif Al-Mumin. With the throw, it just brushes off Mohammed and rolls through to Hatem. Burkina Faso came through a qualifying competition that included a pair of two-time former champions, Ghana and Nigeria, neither of whom ended up qualifying. Tapsoba scored twice in the semi-final win over Ghana. He was a real handful the other night. The target man in the Egypt attack, Hamza Abdel Karim, has yet to really get into the game in these opening 20 minutes. There are a couple of players in the Burkina Faso lineup who would miss the next game if they're booked tonight. They are the captain, Fadel Barrow, and midfielder Mohamed Sakho. Omar Kamal picked up a yellow card in Egypt's defeat by South Africa, so he too would miss match day 3 if he's yellow carded again tonight. Atia, it's headed straight up into the air by Adawi. Keeper comes and doesn't claim, but it's booted away by Barrow. Whistle does go in the end. Drago making his case to the referee. I'm sure he was fouled though, just able to hold on under a bit of pressure. Look at the Cameroonian youngsters who were in action earlier on, picking up their first points after a goalless stalemate against South Africa. It's a handball. Farid, player penalised. Tell by his reaction he wasn't that's pleased. just asking for this free kick to be delayed. Barrow up for it again. Comes towards the 6-yard box, and Hattem came charging out. This has not gone down in a 6-yard box. Looks to be the left leg. That's the issue. Not immediately obvious. They have a chance for players on both sides to rehydrate midway through this first half. There's an early chance for Anash Roshdi. In the second minute, it was tipped over well by Prince Ouedraogo, the Burkina Faso goal, but chances at a premium so far. Omar Abdelaziz suspended for today's game after his red card. Deep into stoppage time against South Africa. That's why Christian Hattem is between the sticks today for the young Pharaohs. Adel is the third choice keeper in this squad for Egypt coach Ahmad El Kass. Trying to shake off the injury. So we're back underway after that stoppage. Pantari. The clearance. It's a bit of a miscue by El Degui, and keep it in play. Mohamed's Latif taking another ball, wants to get on with play quickly. Latif takes a sizable deflection, and it's El Degui who hooks it forward, headed on by Atia. And hacked back into the Egypt box where Hattem is awaiting. Bandari. See the throw, Latif. It's straight back, and this is Latif. Another throw in for Burkina Faso. Latif dancing past a couple of opponents. Last touch though came off the number 11 of Burkina Faso. Trying to catch an extra couple of yards here. That's Mohamed's. Bora. Throwing right by the corner flag. I mean, this time with the longer throw. It's headed clear. This is Anajawi To his right, Farid. Now can Al Najawi get on the return pass? He can. Al Najawi looking for a bit of help. Looks it back to Kamal. First time cross in. It's going to drop here to Atia. Able to get the shot off though. Latif straight back the other way to have his shirt tucked back by Mohamed, and that is going to be the game's first yellow card for the Egyptian left back. Brought into the lineup today in place of Mohamed El Shami. A clear chunk of the shirt of Latif there. So the top two in all four groups will go through to the quarterfinals, but still something to play for as well for the teams that finished third in each of the sections, with the two remaining Under-17 World Cup berths to be decided by games between the third place sides. The team that finishes third in Group B will play the team that finishes third in Group D. Even if they lose again today, Egypt will still have the potential for a consolation prize at their final game. The 17 World Cup expanded to 48 teams for the first time, just like the senior version will be the next year. Latif with the cross. It's El Degwi who rises to head clear, and the shot from a distance took a touch on its way through. Straightforward save for Yassine Hatem. Came off Adawi, the effort from Mohamed Sakho. A vastly different match to Egypt's opener. Five goals inside the opening 27 minutes of that one. Neither of these teams has barely had sight of goal yet in the opening half an hour today. Roshdi, Abdul Karim. Roshdi continues his run forwards. Roshdi into the box, and it's over the head of Al Najawi. Tell by his furious reaction, he felt he should have made contact. He's leaping alongside Fedel Barrow. Just seemed to miss time. His jump came down a little too early. Knew that was an opportunity. Pumped forward. This will skip through to Hatem. To come off for Fofana last. But one of the 23 players in the Burkina Faso squad home-based. Edouard Dambre plays for Assad in Qatar. The rest, though, all attached to local clubs. Al-Akli and NP contributing the majority of the players in the Egyptian squads. Al-Akli 1-0 winners over Sudan's Al Hilal. The first leg of their CAF Champions League quarter-final earlier on this week. Bidding for a record-extending 13th African crown. Now this is Roshdi. Lays it off for Abdul Karim, and that's well over. Roshdi. Natia to sweep it out wide to Anajawi. So it's intercepted. Spread across to Latif. Tapsoba was pointing where he wanted it. Clearance made by Bandari. Latif penalised for climbing over the back of Mohamed. We haven't seen an awful lot of Lukman Tapsoba so far. Hero in qualifying and in the opening game of this tournament. Incredible strike from well inside his own half. That 2-1 win over Cameroon. This is Barra. Just lost his balance at an unfortunate moment. So nicely worked. It's poked away from Atia. Latif. Fafana across the 6-yard box, and it's just over the head of Bakayoko. Bit of a needless challenge there, because Alan Jowie is really going nowhere. Sako just getting across and body checking his opponent. Uh, 10 minutes remain in this opening half. Still goalless in at Casablanca. A number of Burkina Faso supporters at the Stade Larbi Zaouli. The young Stallions bidding for a second title in this competition. Only twice have they failed to reach the knockout rounds. In 2005 and 2007. Won it in 2011. Made back-to-back finals in 1999 and 2001. Finishing runners-up on at both occasions. And have a couple of third-place finishes as well. 2009 and 2023. It's the long throw looking for Abdul Karim, but it's by the head of Sacco. And well, he let it bounce initially, Issouf Dabo, before realizing his mistake. Just into a bit of a rush clearance. Comes the corner towards the near post, and it's hooked away just in front of the goal line. That back post. It's a good glancing header. Dari, and that's a fine ball towards Roshdi. He's brought down by Dabo. That's going to be a yellow card for the Burkina Faso defender. Just a faint touch on it, poking it past Dabo. Then committed the foul. It's here again. Puts it in towards the 6-yard box. Keeper came for it. It was his defender, though, who took charge. And here come Burkina Faso. This is Latif. Still in possession. That's a man to his left. It's Bakayogo. Runs into trouble and then in the back of Adam Farid. This was Roshdi who headed towards goal. Not entirely sure it was on target, but a warning nonetheless for Burkina Faso. If there's a problem with the vanishing spray. Spray just over to the sideline. Lookman at Tapsoba. Well, you know, he can certainly hit them, won't be fazed by this sort of distance. 3 men in the wall for Egypt. Certainly imagine he's going to have a pop at goal here, Tapsoba. And he does, and it swerves awkwardly in front of the keeper, and the rebound is swept home. And Burkina Faso have the lead. It was a stinging effort from Tapsoba. And the keeper could only beat it away. And Issouf Dabo was the man on hand to bundle in the rebound. And the young Stallions strike first shortly before half-time. Let's have another look at it. Just about stayed onside, the centre-back, and snuck it inside to the upright. Dabo dipped on him awkwardly as it neared him. Yassine Hatem couldn't turn it to safety, straight back into the danger zone, and Issouf Dabo has given Burkina Faso the lead. I was just saying how we hadn't seen a great deal of Tapsoba so far in his first half. Gets a sight of goal though, and makes life difficult for the Egyptian keeper, Yassine Hatem, who could only parry his free kick right back in front of him, with Issouf Dabo turning home the rebounds. This might just be getting checked for offside, but to be okay, Darbo. Still waiting for the verdict. As it stands, though, Burkina Faso leading Egypt by a goal to nil. Goal is being checked, and the goal is eventually awarded. Yusuf Darbo striking late on this first half. Farid well to regain his balance. Sacco looking to take charge, and it's an important touch on it from El Degui. It's Bagayogo has hurt himself in the process. Just came down awkwardly on that right ankle. Almost trapped beneath El Degui. Well, as things stand, Egypt are in danger of crashing out after just 2 games in Group B. He worked on over on the sideline. Masana Bagayogo. It's hooked into the area and shoveled away by Hatem. Shot from long ways out. Held on to by Hatem this time. Anajawi. Kemal. Mohamed. Down nicely by Atia. Able to pick out another red shirt though. He has won it back. This is Adawi all the way through. Six minutes, the number up on the 4th officials board. Fair bit of time still to play at the end of this first half. Just confirmation that Darbo was onside. After that free kick from Tapsoba to swerve viciously as it approached Yassine Hatem in the Egypt goal. Apparently push it straight back, and Darbo was quickest to react. Past the wrong side of Tapsoba. Hatem. The punt upfield for Fana. Looks it back over his head. Adawi. Pass goes astray. Fofana back in possession. Anajawi has won it back. Anajawi looking for a way beyond Koulibaly. Does well to at least come away with a throw. Ibrahim El Najawi. Comes from Farid, flicked on by Adawi, and then cleared away. This is Fofana. Space ahead of him. Fofana. It's a little bit greedy there. Mohamed Fofana had some teammates well positioned. Sliding challenge made by Dabo. Here. Well, the clearance has been missed, but fortunately for Burkina Faso, Barrow's there to mop things up. It's El Najawi who's down here for Egypt. Right over by his own dugouts. This was the header from Latif that was swooped away by Hatem. Actually came off the left back, Adam Mohamed, just changed the trajectory a touch. That's it. Egypt looking for a bit of inspiration for their captain as they trail once more here. Aldegri. Dari. Gets away from Kamal. Latif. Still at least a couple of minutes to go here. End of the first half. Happy with the time taken there by Burkina Faso, the Egypt coach, Mohamed El Kass. It's going to be moving again, the right back. Running up another long throw. Came off the shoulder and then looped across to Latif. Bounced off Tapsoba. On the volley by Latif. Sailed well over. Kareem caught in the back of the head by Barrow. He's going to be yellow carded, and means he's going to miss the final group game. Fadil Barrow. He's suspended against South Africa on Sunday. Burkina Faso will be hoping that they can wrap up quarter-final spot this evening, just to perhaps lessen the impact of its looming suspension for their captain. Dekri to pull off this free kick forwards. right at the end of this first half. Easily headed away. There goes the whistle for half-time. It's Burkina Faso who are on course for a second straight win in Group B. After a look at Tapsoba's free kick was parried straight to Issouf Dabo. 4 minutes to 4 at half-time. It's Egypt 0, Burkina Faso 1 after the opening 45 minutes. So Egypt with a lot of work to do to turn things around. Second straight defeat would knock them out of the competition. And complex side as well, with Gatana Chowie on the stretcher. So Burkina Faso grabbing the lead late on thanks to the defender Issouf Dabo, turning home the rebound after Lukman Tapsoba's swerving free kick caused problems for Egypt goalkeeper Yassin Hattem. Well, Egypt with more of the possession, but Burkina Faso attempting more shots. That was Egypt who had more on target. 3 yellow cards in that opening half. One for both of the Burkina Faso centre-backs. Adam Mohamed, the Egypt left-back, booked as well. We'll have the highlights from that first half coming up momentarily. Egypt taking on Burkina Faso. Second round of games in Group B. Burkina Faso made a winning start, seeing off Cameroon 2-1 on Monday. Egypt, though, were on the losing side in a 7-goal thriller against South Africa here at the Stade Elabi Zaouli. Had a chance in the very first minutes for Issouf Junior Bara. And then right after, it was Egypt who went close to taking the lead. Anas Roshdi, who scored twice against South Africa, drawing a good save out of Prince Ouedraogo. And there was a shot from just outside the area by Mohamed Sakho. Wasn't all that close in the end. But clear-cut chances were relatively rare in the first half. This another long-range hit from Sakho that was straightforward for Yassin Hattem. And then Ibrahim Al-Najari was furious that he quite properly timed his jump. So Abdul Karim unable to really get going in the first half. Was on target against South Africa too, the number 9. This was Roshdi again, causing problems, hooked away by Dabo. And then this is the goal. 4 minutes before half-time, a swerving free kick, parried straight into the path of Yusuf Dabo. And he turned in the opener for Burkina Faso. 1-0 at the break is how things stand. Welcome back to the Stade Lobizeli in Casablanca. Well, the half-time score is Egypt 0, Burkina Faso 1 in this match day 2 clash in Group B of the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Yusuf Dabo scoring the only goal so far, 4 minutes before half-time. Turning in a rebound after Lukman Tapsoba's free kick was carried away by Yassine Hatem, the Egypt goalkeeper. And Burkina Faso know that as a result of the goalless draw earlier on here between Cameroon and South Africa, that a win for them this evening would make sure that they advance to the quarterfinals. So a couple of changes made at half-time by Ahmed El Kass, Ahmed Hamad and Mohamed El Shami both coming on. El Shami started the defeat by South Africa 3 days ago. Was replaced by Mohamed in the lineup this evening. But has come on for the second half, and that looked suspiciously like a handball. Let's look at Mohamed Hamad, Omar Adawi and Mohamed Bandari going off in that half-time interval, not returning for the second half. Number 18 is Yusuf Badran, also brought on by Ahmed El Kass as he tries to keep Egypt in this competition, in danger of making a premature exit, and this is Hamza Abdel Karim. Bagayogo scoops it towards the penalty spot, and it very nearly fell for Tapsoba. Cleared just in time by the substitute Badran. Turn behind for a corner by Mohamed Bandari. So he does, in fact, reappear for the second half. But to defend it early on in the second half for the Egyptians, and it's Tapsoba who was rising high. Another audacious attempt. Just to confirm the 3 changes made at half-time. We've seen Mohamed El Shami, Mohamed Hamad and Yusuf Badran all come on for Egypt. Omar Adami, Ibrahim El Najawi and Adam Mohamed, the 3 players replaced. Burkina Faso still with unchanged 11. was Latif getting there first. Kamal. So it goes out for a Burkina Faso throw. Lofted forward, but well over the head of Abdul Karim. Kamal. Oh, the boot was high from Fofana. Shami. And good close control from Atia. The skipper works it back to Hamad. Down by his control though. Tapsoba to bring Latif into play. Tapsoba is a little further forwards. The pass was a fraction behind him. Now Atia once more. Drive his team forwards as they search for an equalizer. Hamad to ground, but was able to hold on to possession, and that's ball in that's scooped up the turf by Ouedraogo. On the books of Zamalek, Mohamed Hamad. Free kick for Egypt here. Right by the halfway line. Atia. Shami. Hamad. Shami kept it in play to drive past Mumin. So it's the right back who had won it back, but then gave it straight away. Cross in, and keeper spills it. And he's down flat on his back. Abdul Karim is also down injured inside the 6-yard box. Another look. Collision between the goalkeeper and attacker. As Ouedraogo came to try and claim the cross. Sort of shaken off whatever was troubling him quickly enough. Ouedraogo. When they get to the tournament, they tend to make it quite far. Burkina Faso, 7 previous visits, 5 times they've made it out to the group stage. 5 of those times they've finished on the podium as well, but this is a worrying sign for Egypt as their centre forward Hamza Abdul Karim is moving too freely. Farid's the throw is play restarts with Egypt only having 10 men out there. Belted forward by Ouedraogo, but controlled by El Shami. Bandari. Degui. Farid, good exchange there with Badran. Here's Atia. Tackle one well by Dabo, but tried to do a bit too much, the defender. Now Hamad. Work this from Hamad. Attempting to pull it back to Atia. So Dabo beats Atia to it. Kamau. Clearance from Barrow. Head in towards Tapsoba. Latif, keep it in play. Barrow. Latif. Mumin. Long searching ball forward, and now Degui making the clearance eventually. To a bit of pressure from Tapsoba, and it stays alive right by the sideline, and foul committed by Adam Farid, and he becomes the second Egyptian booked tonight. Huge chunk of Bakayugo's shirt in his hand there, Adam Farid. Scaparo watching on. Okay, this is just the beginning really for Burkina Faso. This year's tournament, sight set on reaching the final after falling it just short a couple of years ago in Algeria. Going down on penalties to Senegal in the last four. The last edition of this competition. Senegal, the holders, winning it for the first time after edging the hosts of this tournament, Morocco, in the final 2 years ago. Badran. It's caught late, Yusuf Badran. Kamau. Gave away one of the two penalties conceded by Egypt in the defeat by South Africa, Omar Kamau. Goalkeeper Omar Abdelaziz conceded the first, and his height went from bad to worse as he was sent off right at the end. Degui. The clearance is brought under control by Latif. Challenge well timed by El Shami. They just one change in their opening game, Burkina Faso. Stamp corrected to make a second late on. But to make any so far tonight to this point. Degui. Desperately trying to hold off Latif. So winning a free kick, taken quickly, but not short. 23 goals in 72 caps for Egypt. Ahmed El Kas. This team, though, risking crashing out after just 2 group games unless they can find their way back into this game. And that's a poor challenge by Farid, who was booked not long ago. Looking at a tightrope, but the right back. That could easily have been a second yellow for that challenge on Barra. Referee showing a bit of leniency to Farid's and Egypt's relief. Last thing they want to do is go down to 10 men. Free kick is smashed into the wall by Bagayogo. Just upping his ribs there, Badran. Farid toe pokes it away. There is Atia. Dabo. Entirely sure what he had in mind there. Well, the action continues tomorrow. 4 more games on the schedule. Match day 2 in groups C and D. As Senegal got off to a winning start, beating the Gambia by 1-0 on Tuesday. They'll take on Tunisia and tomorrow in El Jadida. Farid with the throw to the area, and it's Washti who forces a corner. Off the fingertips of Ouedraogo. Tunisia also off to a winning start in Group C, beating Somalia at 3-0 in their group opener. And Ivory Coast will be back in action against Angola. Looking for their first point, the Angolans. The corner is straight down the throat of Ouedraogo. Angola losing 2-1 to Mali on match day 1. Ivory Coast thrashing Central African Republic at 6-1. Their first game of the finals. This is Bagayogo. Barra. Didn't get hold of it properly. The change here as Egypt turns to the bench once more as Hamza Abdel Karim makes way. Abdelaziz El Zogbi comes on in his place. Ahmad's bit of play from Tapsoba. Latif, Ramin to his right. Latif able to squeeze it through. The ball flashes across the 6-yard box, picked up on the far side by Bagayogo, but I suspect flag went up against Mumin. Yeah, just unable to check his run. His pass through to him was delayed by Latif. Looking for that all-important second goal though, Burkina Faso. Tapsoba. Teeth take charge, and then Tapsoba is played through by Sacco. Tapsoba one-on-one here, chips it towards goal. It's a heavy touch by Aldegui, but kept it just about close enough, enabling him to make the clearance. It's a wonderful ball through. Tapsoba to lift it over Hatem. Fortunately for Egypt, Hamza Aldegui was back just in front of the line. Oh, Tapsoba here, the chance for his third again. The follow-up. I'm not sure what happened there in the Egyptian defence, just fell asleep, and Tapsoba found himself with a very presentable opportunity. And his effort straight at Hatem. It's the kind of lapse in concentration that they can not afford, Egypt, particularly at this stage. The writing could well be on the wall, and it be even more difficult if they fall further behind. Hoping to make an impact as they return to the finals 14 years after their last appearance at this age level. But sliding towards back-to-back defeats. 25 minutes remaining here in Casablanca. Hamad, good play by Hamad, and it's fizzed at the substitute El Zogby. A great deal he could do with that. Tapsoba, that's an excellent challenge. Now Roshdi. Sticking tight to him, Koulibaly. Farid draws the free kick as Bakayoko bundles into him. Atia. It's a free kick awarded to Egypt in a decent position here. Used his body well, Bilal Atia, to shield the ball from the defender. You've got to think it's going to be the captain who's going to take this as well. It's Shami who provides the left-footed option. Four substitutes for Egypt. 3 of them coming on at half-time. Zogby, the most recent of the arrivals. There is Abdul Mumin. Lie down just behind the wall in case they try and sneak it under. Almost blends in with the grass. And Mumin. It's going to be Atia, and it does hit the wall, but Ouedraogo off his line quickly enough. As there's a chance there, it looked like for an equalizer, but top marks to Ouedraogo, who got there ahead of El Zogby, and here come Burkina Faso looking for that second, and they have it. It's crashed home. That's a terrific finish. It's Tapsoba, who else? Doubling Burkina Faso's leads. Looked as if they might have made a mess of that opening, but Lukman Tapsoba chested down, and then the second touch on the volley was fantastic. And Burkina Faso 2-0 ahead here. With around about 20 minutes remaining, they are on course for the quarterfinals as Egypt look to be edging closer to the exits. They had a big hand in the opener. It's free kick causing problems for Yassin Hatem. It was scooped towards him from close range by Latif and came off his shoulder. First touch and then second, giving Hatem no chance. Slamming the volley past the Egyptian keeper. And heading over to the corner flag to celebrate. Third goal in 2 games for Lukman Tapsoba. Just 15 years of age, Tapsoba. Now Egypt have got to react quickly if they hope to get anything out of this match. Tapsoba once more, this time the defence doing its job. Hamad. Well, they'll look back with plenty of regret on that opening game against South Africa. They are to bow out tonight, Egypt. They do have, though, another decent chance here with this free kick just outside the area. As Atia is sent sprawling. Just going to be careful as well. Yusuf Dabo, scorer of Burkina Faso's first. He was booked in the opening periods. Can they cut the gap in half, the young Pharaohs? Time is working against them. It's Mumin again, who is guard against a low free kick. It's time, it's over. Far post, Mohamed Hamad for the efforts. Well, it hasn't been their night. Everything going against Egypt to this point. This was the second goal. A couple of defenders attacking the same ball. And Latif took advantage, finding Tapsoba. And it was wonderful composure from the youngster. Straight finish. Well, excellent spin there from Tapsoba, but couldn't deliver the pass he was intending to. So Burkina Faso heading on top of Group B to be course for maximum points after 2 games. Also punched their ticket to the Under-17 FIFA World Cup towards the end of this year. Koulibaly comes off Badran. Some rather glum-looking faces in that Egypt dugout. Similar stories the other day. Burkina Faso competing at far fewer passes than their opponents. It's the goals count that matters most. Come out. Degri, come out again. Diogo almost snuck in. Ahmad. Roshdi. Farid, first time ball, it's a good one. Headed straight up into the air. And plucked out to the sky by Ouedraogo. Now, clear, closed down by Sacco. That's it. Gives it away. And to have got a piece of his opponent. Farid says play on. Farid. Have a bit of play. Roshdi tries to cut it back, and again it's a Burkina Faso player who's at first to it. Sacco makes the clearance. It will be a corner. Shami. Short. Shami looking for the far post, and it's headed off the line. It's a terrific clearance by Youssouf Dabo. It was a brilliant effort from Mohamed El Shami. It was destined for the far top corner. Perhaps the only player on the pitch who could have made that clearance. Dabo, the extra height. Comes towards Burkina Faso goal. Well, the tame efforts from Badran. Easy save for Ouedraogo. But he needed his defender. Just before that, Dabo making that sensational goal line clearance, heading up and over his own crossbar from the goal line. High play from Latif. Barra was calling for it. Never got there. Atia. Way down here for Burkina Faso, but I doubt Egypt are going to stop play. Every right to carry on. Roshdi. Threaded through to Atia. Atia has pulled one back. And that's a lifeline for Egypt. It's the captain, Bilal Atia. His first goal of the finals. And Egypt giving themselves an outside chance here. Rain starting to fall as night falls in Casablanca. Roshdi. An excellent pass to his skipper. That was a sharp finish from Atia. Driving low past a couple of defenders as well as the goalkeeper. So, will there be some late drama this evening? Egypt fighting to stay alive in the competition. Not dead and buried just yet. Latif heads off. Burkina Faso turning to the bench as well at long last, and can make a couple of changes at least. Hadasina Ramanu, it's the number 14, set to join Kasuma Nana. Well, they're going to have to go for broke in this remaining 10 minutes or so. Egypt use in wondering what might have been. Altegri. Roshdi still looks to have plenty of energy. Roshdi, that's a good ball to the far post. Forces Mumin to not behind for a corner. A bit of momentum now for Egypt. Ahmed Sacco is replaced by Ramanu. Comes the corner. Tapsoba. That's why at the second time of asking. Here is Barra to hold on to it because it was offside at Nana. Farid brought down right by the centre spot. Altegri. Shami. Here come Burkina Faso. Tapsoba to Nana. Looking for his team's third. Nana. It's a vital block that is made by Bandari. Likely to leave themselves vulnerable, Egypt, as they hunt for the equalizer. Soon Nana just on. Didn't hit it all that cleanly, but it was some sliding block made by Mohamed Bandari. Green Bay Packers shirt there in the crowds. Number 12, it's worn by Aaron Rodgers. So a big corner here for Burkina Faso. Sana Bagayogo. The man, I should say, the boy really to take it. Just over the head of Tapsoba. Barra. Zogby got there first, and Atia, Padran, I should say, is sent tumbling. This goes straight to Bagayogo. It's a back from Barra. Dowry. Shami. Ahmad. Shami again. Looks inside to Atia. Ahmad. Roshdi. Roshdi with the toe poke. So another change coming up for Burkina Faso. It's going to be Barra who makes way. Mohamed Kanate as his replacement. Burkina Faso looking to seal victory here. Over 5 minutes of normal time remaining in Casablanca. Kanate getting involved immediately. Bagayogo, as he fouled, Free says it'll just be a corner. Tegui suggesting it was a dive from Bagayogo. Might have had a point. That's over the challenge of a young defender. Anyhow, it'll be a corner. And, Kanate towards the far post. He wasn't happy with something. Atia. Dari. Tegui. Farid's. Just being pinned back a little here by the Burkina Faso press. Dari, Shami, Ahmad, alone in midfield is Badran. Tegui. Into the Burkina Faso area, it's headed on towards Roshdi. And Koulibaly getting there just in time to deny Anas Roshdi. Rose really well, El Zogbi to beat Dabo. It's Mikhail Koulibaly. The crucial clearance. Just as the ball looked as if it might land on the foot of Roshdi, corner taken, it's a deep one. And bobbled slightly, but held in the end by Ouedraogo. Kanate, it's a brilliant first touch from Kanate. Not sure Lookman was who he was trying to find there. Atia. Hamad. Hamad. Fend off Mumin Hamad. Dabo eventually stops his progress. Surface becoming a bit greasier as the rain continues to fall. Seeing a number of players lose their balance. Goes down to the challenge of Hamad. Voted forward, this is Kanate. Comes off Bandari. As it stands, Egypt are going to have to beat Cameroon on Sunday just to have a chance of qualifying for the Under-17 World Cup. Slipped out of the hands of Mumin. I wonder if he's going to be shown a yellow card. Perceived as time wasting by the referee. So it's the third Burkinabe to be yellow carded tonight. 3 of the back 4. The referee's notebook. Couldn't keep it in play, El Shami. Be a corner for Burkina Faso. As the end of the 90 minutes approaches. So one final change for Egypt. Omar Kamal. It's going to be replaced by Ziad Ayoub. Corner hung into the box and actually caught by Hattem. Dari. So 5 minutes is how long Egypt have to try and salvage something from this game. Flicked on, and it skips through to Ouedraogo. Thought for a moment he might be in there, the substitutes. Been quite the introduction. It's the best of kicks from Ouedraogo, but gets away with it. Atia. Koulibaly launches it forwards. Dari tries to get a touch on it. Just slipped there. Konate Bandari spins away from him. Finds Atia. Now Hamad. Atia rather done well to win it back. Atia slices it wide. That was a chance, Bilal Atia. Just cut across it a bit too much. Will that be the last opportunity they have? Bagayoko. Just out-muscling Farid there. Credit to the right back. Quickly dispossessing Bagayoko. Roshdi. Challenge from Fofana. It's a fair one. Halfway through the 5 additional minutes already. Long from Hattem. Header won by Koulibaly. It will be an Egypt throw. A corner here. It's the goalkeeper going to come up as well for Egypt. Shami runs across to take it. Now or never for the young Pharaohs. Burkina Faso looking to wrap up a spot in the last 8. Shami with the corner. It's headed on, and there's a chance here right at the end. Beaten away by Ouedraogo. Another opportunity, and it's dragged wide by El Zogbi. I think it was Roshdi who had the initial effort. Ball was flicked on by a defender. His effort was beaten away by Ouedraogo. A follow-up effort from El Zogbi whistled past the post. There is El Zogbi. doing his job at Dabo. A bit like a foul throw, but it's away with it. Farid. So the air it comes, and it's backpedaling is Ouedraogo. Not the easiest of takes as the rain comes down. Ball getting a bit slicker, but watched it carefully into his grasp. But a Burkina Faso keeper. March forward, one last roll of the dice, but it's too far. 5 minutes are up, and it's all over. Burkina Faso are through to the quarterfinals. They have beaten Egypt, securing their second win in a row in Group B. Egypt bowing out of the competition with still a game to go. Dabo with the first for Lukman Tapsoba's third of the tournament, doubled the lead. Egypt pulled one back to their captain at Bilal Atiat, but it wasn't enough. The final score here in Casablanca: Egypt 1, Burkina Faso 2. Well, they will still have the opportunity to try and snatch a World Cup spot. Egypt will have to beat Cameroon in their last group game on Sunday. As for Burkina Faso, they have a maximum 6 points so far, guaranteed a top 2 finish, and with it a place in the last 8, a couple of points clear of South Africa in Group B. Looking at Tapsoba, the man of the match for the second game in a row for his country. A couple of goals in the opener, another one this evening. And it was his wicked free kick that led to the opening goal as well, hit with real venom. Too hot to handle for Yassine Hatton, the Egypt keeper. And the rebound was bundled in by Dabo just before half-time.